take a break, take a knowledge break with Dr. Canute White. Let's ignite ideas together as you take a knowledge break, take a break with Dr. Canute White. I'm going to be talking about something very critical. No, look, there is psychological maltreatment of children, of your child. Yes, it's possible that you can do that. Teachers doing it, a lot of parents doing it, and even the man down the road, the woman down the road might do it. And it's basically talking down to children. Maltreatment, yes, talking down, belittling children, talking, belittling words, phrases to children. And what I'm going to be talking about, the source of my argument will come from Abrams and Ramsey 2017, Children and the Law, Doctrine, Policy, and Practice, 6th edition. Yes, American Casebook series. Look, let me first talk about what is psychological maltreatment. And psychological maltreatment basically happens when a person suggests to a child that he or she is worthless, flawed, unloved, unwanted, endangered, or only of value in meeting another person's need. Yes, but Abraham also cited the definition of psychological maltreatment by Roberta Igberg as a repeated pattern of parental behavior that is likely to be misinterpreted by the child. Yes, misinterpreted by the child that he or she is unloved, unwanted, or serves only instrumental purposes, or and undermine the child's development and socialization. Yes, it's critical for you to understand that psychological maltreatment is really a repeated pattern of parental behavior that is likely to interpret by the child that he or she is unloved, unwanted, or served only instrumental purposes. Critical that you understand that. But again, why and how psychological maltreatment of a child by a parent or guardians or teachers may legally constitute child abuse to warrant state intervention. Yes, we gotta look at that. We gotta look at that. And remember the definition of child abuse and the Florida law stated that child abuse is a willful act or threatened act that results in any physical, mental, or sexual injury or harm that causes or is likely to cause a child's physical, mental, or emotional health to be significantly impaired. Hmm, that's interesting. That's interesting. But let's bring this all together. But before we bring this all together, I want you to remember you can find the knowledge break on Upper Podcast. Yes, you can find the knowledge break on Upper Podcast and other audio podcast platform. And remember also to please remember to subscribe to Canute Exploration Podcast channel on YouTube. You'll find the links to Upper Podcast and Canute Exploration in the description of the episode. But yes, in light of the definition of psychological maltreatment and abuse, it would be clear that psychological maltreatment may legally constitute child abuse. So if you're a teacher, your parents who engage in psychological maltreatment simply means that you talk down to children and let them feel unloved, unwanted, or serves only instrumental purposes and or undermine the child development and socialization. Yes, you make the child feel that way, right? Your talk, your words are interpreted by the child in such a way. And remember again, I go again and I talk, I give you the definition according to Florida law 39.01, paragraph 2, that defines abuse as any willful act or threatened act that results in any physical, mental, or sexual injury or that causes or is likely to cause the child's physical, mental, or emotional health to be significantly impaired. So yes. So what do you think? A child who has been suggested to be worthless, flawed, unloved, unwanted, endangered, are only of value to others. Yes, it is and can be constituted as abuse. Because psychological maltreatment can be seen as abuse, then the state should intervene to protect the child's interest. Yes, the child's interest, as would have been stipulated through the due process clause of the Fourth Amendment. This may not warrant the removal of the child by welfare services such as DCF or ACS or whatever the state's welfare service agency is in your country, in your state. But it's important for there to be a control intervention by the state to immediately eliminate the risk in order to protect the child. Yes, protect the children. So if you're a teacher, if you're a parent don't talk words that belittle your child, make the child feel unloved, unwanted, or basically feel like yes, they're only there to serve only instrumental purposes and are undermine the child's development and socialization, then you might be abusing the child. Yes, it's important for you to understand what's going on here as you take a break, as you take a knowledge break with Dr. Canute White. We'll be talking more about abuse and the law, and more so, you will find out if spanking your child is considered abuse. But if so, when is it considered abused? Perhaps not all the while, not all the time. Yes, we talk again. Thanks for taking another knowledge break with the doctor, Dr. Canute White. Goodbye.